Whitewater is a small community of just over 14,000 people, with over half the population being students. With all these students, it is important to make sure that all have a basic knowledge in health.
It is so important to have a good, whole, sound body to do anything else in life. And so, in order to learn, we have to have good nutrition. We have to manage our stress well. We have to engage in physical activity. Our body has to be well so that our minds can be well, so that we can learn.
So, how should people be reached when it comes to their health? Most health professors agree that more health classes should be mandatory.
I do think health classes should be mandatory. I can't imagine anything that's more important than your health, and so I do think that students should have to take some sort of really dynamic health class. It could change their lives.
Health classes should be mandatory at every single college, university, high school, middle school, elementary school, kindergarten, preschool, and daycare. Health classes are the fundamental building block of everything in life.
Outside of the classroom, there are many resources for both students and community members. The University Health and Counseling Services has a mission to make health the #1 priority for Walworth County.
Walworth County, as a part of the state of Wisconsin, has a special emphasis that we are working on that will be part of the overall state efforts to improve the health of the state. And that's, again, part of what's going on with the U.S. efforts for Healthy People 2020. So you go from the national level to the state to the county.
But even with the narrow scope to the county level, a university almost has different rules than most communities. Smoking is one of those habits that actually affects more than just the user, and universities everywhere are starting to go completely tobacco-free.
Students several years ago started to develop the concept of how we might improve the health of our entire campus if we help the campus become tobacco-free, not just the buildings, not just a 20-foot barrier from the doorways, but to say the entire campus would be tobacco-free.
More than 1,000 schools across the country are already tobacco-free, including UW Stout and, in July, UW River Falls. Smoking isn't the only thing that affects students. The University of Wisconsin-Whitewater was ranked 74th in Best Party Scene on myplan.com.
Whitewater is one of those campuses that provides a lot of help for students to make good choices. However, there are also conflicting places of information. Like just a few blocks away, there's a bar that will give you free drinks at 4 a.m. on St. Patrick's Day, and who gives up anything free? Whereas that kind of really influential advertising is hard to fight. So when Whitewater provides a party atmosphere without alcohol, and yet you can go down to this bar where all your friends are and you can drink too much for free, it's a very difficult thing to fight. So I think maybe they could do a little bit better, but they still wouldn't be enough to combat the negative influences of our culture.
So what is the cause of this broken link between a student's health and their actions? And what can we do about it? The answer to both questions is marketing.
Ill health and ill health behavior is marketed so heavily that I only have me and I only have the students for 16 weeks, whereas the health marketing gets them every day, 24/7, and they can market them in any way that they want.
We could do better in marketing. One of our major goals that we've just set for this year is to make W3 better known in the community.
The most important thing the university can do is to teach basic health skills to every single student and hope that they'll listen. Bottom line,
If you have good health, you have also increased productivity, increased academic scores, academic performance, better success in your occupation and in your career, and you're just a happier, healthier, more productive person who has fewer days off work, fewer healthcare costs, and so on.
there are plenty of options on and off campus for students to become healthy. For now, the ball's in their court. For UWW TV News, this has been Erin Powers reporting.